What is up, YouTube? This is Daddy Mike from Daddy Mike's Life and Hobbies. Today I want to share with you something that can potentially save you hundreds or even thousands on your auto repair bill. I want to teach you how to diagnose and possibly fix your own vehicle for cheap using this scan tool that costs only about $12.99 on eBay. This is not a sponsored video or anything. I want to share with you, Tuesday we were coming back from the park. We took the kids to the park and the check engine light came on our van. And at first I thought it was the light that lets me know that I need to change my oil, but then later I realized that light is a maintenance required light. This was the check engine light, so that means there is something going on in the engine. So I'm going to show you how to diagnose your problem with your car when your check engine light comes on using this inexpensive tool that only costs about $12.99 on eBay or Amazon, wherever you want to buy it. So let's get started. I'll show you how to use this. Now this is called an OBD2, which stands for an onboard diagnostic. This is a code reader. When your engine has problems, it sends a code to the car's computer. It stores it in the computer and you can retrieve it. A lot of people may not know this. You simply plug this in under your dashboard, and all cars from 1996 and newer have the OBD2 system. Before 1996 is the OBD1. So I'm going to show you where to plug this in under your dashboard. Okay, right there you can see this is your plug to plug in your code reader, and you want to plug this in before you turn the ignition switch on. Okay, let's go ahead and plug this in. And it's shaped differently, so one end is smaller so you can plug it in correctly. Okay, we have this plugged in. Now let's see what the code reader is doing. And let it just warm up for a minute. Okay, it says memo scan U480. Now what we're going to do is start the van. As you can see, the check engine light is on the dashboard. So we're going to scan the computer, see if it has a code that it's stored to tell us what the problem is. And I have my assistant here, Benjamin. Aww. He loves to fix cars also. Okay, let's push the enter button. It says wait. It's reading the codes. Okay, it shows there's one code stored in the computer. So let's push enter. Fault 1. Push enter again. Okay, here we have a code P0354. Okay, so next we can simply look this up on the internet, and since this is a Toyota vehicle, you search for Toyota trouble code P0354. Okay, so I searched. This is what the P0354 code means. A P0354 code means the ignition coil or coils are not functioning properly and that there is an electrical problem with them. The ignition coils are responsible for properly igniting the air-fuel mixture in the engine's combustion chambers. When there's a problem in the ignition coil D circuit, the P0354 code will be stored. For the vehicle to run smoothly and without stalling, it's essential for the ignition coil to perform properly. Okay. Says several issues can cause a vehicle's powertrain control module to store a P0354 code. Some of the most common causes. The first most common cause is a leaking manifold vacuum. Second, a defective ignition coil. Third, a faulty idle air control valve, a faulty electronic body, one or more defective spark plugs. Before I test drove it, I checked the engine, I started it. Actually found a vacuum hose that was off. I'm wondering if that vacuum hose came off again and triggered the check engine light. So let's open the hood and take a look. Okay, so before I bought this vehicle, this hose came loose, but let's start the car and see if we can hear any vacuum leaks. So it's pretty loose and make that tighter. I'm not hearing any vacuum leaks, any hissing sounds. Since the code is P0354, the 4 means that the problem would be on the number 4 cylinder. Now this has 6 cylinders. The first cylinder starts in the back. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means possibly this ignition coil is bad, or the spark plug is bad. So what I'll do is get a new ignition coil, and I'll probably replace all 3 spark plugs here while I'm at it. The rear spark plugs are very hard to get to. You have to remove part of this air intake, throttle body, the intake manifold, and all of this cowling here. You have to remove all of this. So if I don't have to do that, I'm not going to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna get these parts and then I'll continue this video. So how can knowing this save you hundreds or thousands of dollars? Well, if you have an idea of what's wrong with your vehicle, you're able to scan your vehicle and get a trouble code, look it up and say it's possibly an ignition coil, which is something pretty inexpensive for this vehicle, maybe $70. But if you didn't have this knowledge and you go to a repair shop, they may try to take advantage of you and possibly, you know, your coil may be bad, but they may say you need a new catalytic converter or something that may cost you $1,000 or more to fix. So you could get taken advantage of if you don't have some knowledge of what's wrong with your vehicle. So that's why this tool is very cheap and anybody can do it. Just plug it under your dash, turn your ignition on, and get the code and look it up, see what's wrong with your vehicle. So yeah, so I hope this helped. I'm going to get these new parts, new coil and a few new spark plugs, put them on, and also we'll show you how to clear off your check engine light with the code reader. So stay tuned for that. I ordered the parts for the van from rockauto.com. I just like getting my parts from them. Plus they give you magnets, cool magnets with cars on them.
You want popcorn, Daddy?
Yeah.
Daddy, you want popcorn?
So I ordered a Delphi ignition coil for $44.89, a NGK spark plug for $3.47, and apparently during the ice storm the windshield washer fluid nozzle got broken, so windshield washer nozzle for $3.50 for a total of $66.16 with shipping and tax. So, you know, if I can fix our van for $66.16, then I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I like to fix things myself if I can, if all possible. If it's something beyond what I can do, then I'll take it to a mechanic. But first, I do my research. I watch YouTube videos how to fix something, and I try to fix it. If I can't, then, like I said, I take it to a mechanic, but that's the last resort. A couple times I've actually had problems. I've taken my car to 2 or 3 mechanics. They're not able to figure out what's wrong with it. I eventually figure out what's wrong with it and fix it myself. So okay, so in a few days we'll get our parts and we'll put them on the van. Hey Kuya. And we'll see if it fixes the problem. Are you selling popcorn at this window? How much is it? How much is it?
$1.
That's reasonable. Can I borrow $1? Okay. Thanks, SpongeBob. Oh, thank you. That's pretty good. Hello, what is up? I am back. I got my parts from rockauto.com for the van here. I have one NGK G-Power spark plug and a Delphi ignition coil. First, what we need to do is disconnect this clip. This sends current to the coil from the battery. And what an ignition coil does is gets the 12-volt current from the battery and it transforms it into a high voltage, and then it sends the voltage to the spark plug. Next, we need to remove this 10mm bolt that holds the coil in. Next we're going to pull up on the coil to free it from the spark plug. It actually looks very clean, and see the spark plug is down this hole. So next we're going to remove the spark plug. Need a 16 millimeter with a long extension. Boys are popping air bubbles. Sometimes these can be a little tight. Remove the spark plug and inspect it. It should be a nice light gray color. Okay. And my special spark plug removal tool that I made from an ink pen. It slips over the top of the spark plug, because you can't grab it because it's down in the hole. So this thing has worked very well. Let's see if we can grab this. Okay. The spark plug is not loose enough yet. Or not completely threaded out. So definitely is now. Okay. And voila. There we go. Let's take a look at the bottom of the spark plug. It's yeah, we've got, okay. Not bad. A little brown. This is a Denso, which is a really good spark plug. Good brand. So we're putting in an NGK spark plug. This is called a gapper, and you use this to check the gap of the spark plug. And right now it's at around 42. It needs to be 44. So what we'll do is bend this up slightly. Okay, so now we have our spark plug gapped at 44. Let's see. There, okay. Next I'm going to put a little bit of anti-seize on the thread, so next time it can be removed a little bit easier. Use my custom made spark plug inserter here, put it down into the hole and start the thread. Make sure it's threading correctly. You don't want to strip the threads out or anything. Looks good. Let's pull this off. Now we need to tighten this and torque it. Okay, so this should be torqued to 18 foot-pounds. This is a torque wrench. For this spark plug, we only need 18 foot-pounds of torque. So that's not a lot. Hand tighten it at first. Okay, it's hand tightened. Now let's torque it to 18 foot-pounds. Got that torqued, so now let's put our new ignition coil on. See, it looks identical to the one I took off. Delphi. Just slide this down over the spark plug. Nice fit. We need to put our bolt back on. And we just don't want to over tighten this or it might crack it. So okay, leave. And now we're going to put our clip back on. This thing just kind of pushes, snaps down on there. So we're going to plug our diagnostic tool back in, and we will need to clear off our trouble code. Okay, let's start the van and then we'll clear off the trouble code. Okay, seems to be running nicely. The check engine light is already off. It's still showing the P0354, but that's stored in the memory. So we're gonna go down to erase, press enter, erase yes, erase done. Well, let's shut the engine off. Then unplug our diagnostic tool and start it again. Think it's fixed, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you fix it?
No.
Running good?
Running good. It's running good.
It's running good?
Yeah, it's running
From Mechanic
good.
Ben. So what was the problem, Mechanic Ben?
Mechanic. I found one that didn't work last here.
So what kind of parts did we put on it? What did we put on it to fix? Spark plug?
Yeah.
And ignition coil?
Hey, I see money.
Oh, that's what's important. Okay. Okay, so seems to be running smooth, but we'd have to drive it a while probably to see if the check engine light comes back on, but looks like it's running smoothly. So yeah, this is how you can diagnose your check engine light for cheap and possibly fix it yourself without going to a mechanic and spending hundreds or thousands of dollars. So I hope you found this video interesting and informative. So until next time, don't forget to spend time with your kids and have fun. Bye.